Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. I'm sure you have watched my previous video on writer's craft, where I've talked on the different tools which will help you in making your writing much better. So please use these different tools in whatever writing you are doing, whether you write in Tibetan or English or Hindi, in any type of writing. So please go through the video once again and keep practicing. And today I'm going to talk on another topic which is once again related to the writing, and that is the process of writing. And as a student, you may have to write different types of writings, and in order to write something, it is important for you to have a good knowledge about the writing process. And I'm sure you are familiar with, because you have already learned this. And nevertheless, I'm going to speak on this topic. So what is writing process? Well, writing process is a step-by-step way of doing your writing, whether it is a paragraph or essay or diary or anything. And people use different names for this writing process. And here I'm going to use the acronym CODE, where C stands for collect ideas, O stands for organized, D stands for your first draft, E stands for edit, and finally R stands for rewrite, or you publish that. So today I'm going to speak on the acronym CODE, which is a very important writing process. You can also use this process whether you write in Tibetan or English or Hindi. Thank you. Okay, process of writing. It is a process involved in writing anything like essay, paragraph, diary, debate, etc. And there are many types of names given to this process. And one particular popular process, it's called CODER, C-O-D-E-R, which you have already learned earlier. And C stands for collect ideas, O stands for organize your ideas, D stands for write your first draft, E stands for edit your draft, and R stands for rewrite. Now these are the process that you have to follow whenever do any kind of writing. Okay, so let us start from the first. The first one is collect idea. Suppose you are asked to write a paragraph on I hate rainy season. So, according to the process of writing, you are asked to collect ideas, first of all. So, let us try to collect some ideas. Here are some examples I've written. For example, I hate rainy season. Some of the ideas are clothes wet, no play, outside no shopping, get sick, and locked up in your room. Now these are all the ideas that came in my mind when I think about I hate rainy season. Okay, so the next process is organize the ideas. Now, right now you have collected so many ideas related to the topic. So right now we have ideas collected. For example, clothes bad, no play, outside, shopping, sick, locked in, like this. Now, out of all these ideas, I have to collect at least 3 ideas, and I have to organize this in 1, 2, 3 type. So what I have collected is, first one, no play, second one, clothes wet, third one, sick. Now these are the ideas that I have collected, and I'm going to base my writing on these ideas. Okay, so second one is finished. Now the third one. Okay, and the next one is D, which stands for draft. So this is where you are going to do your first draft. We have 3 points, 3 ideas collected. On the basis of these 3 ideas, I'm going to write my first draft. So here is my first draft. I hate rainy season because I can't go out and play my favorite game. I love playing games outside. All my clothes get wet and I feel uncomfortable in wet clothes. I also get flu, and as a result, I get sick during this season. So this is my first draft. Now, since this is a first draft, there are so many things that I have to add and delete like this. And this will come in the next process. Next process is edit. E stands for edit your draft. So you have already written your first draft. There are so many things you need to edit. Now here, what you have to do is during editing time, you have to think of all the writer's craft that you already know. So here we are going to try our best to use some of the writer's craft. For example, I know your introduction should have some kind of question. I'm also going to use the transition, which is first, next, finally, last but not the least, all these things. And third one, simile. I'm going to use simile here. And the last one, I'm going to use personification. So there are so many, writer's craft. But it's up to you how many writer's craft you are going to use. Okay, now this time I'm going to try to use these 4 tools in my writing. Okay, so let us try to add all these writer's craft. Okay, let us go on to the last process, and that is R, which stands for rewrite. Okay, now here I've tried to use the writer's craft. In order for you to understand better, the introduction question part, I have marked it red, and the transition, I've used the color orange, and simile, I've used the color green, and for the personification, I've used the color blue. Okay, now if you compare this to my first draft, you will see lots and lots of differences. Okay, so let me first read this. The topic is same. I hate rainy season the most. So in my draft, I've also used I hate rainy season the most. Now here I've tried to introduce this by putting some question. For example, do you have any season you hate the most? Well, I hate rainy season the most. First of all, so this is the transition. I can't go out and play my favorite game. The playground calls me to play. So this is personification. The playground, we all know that will not call me. So I've used this personification, but I can't. Secondly, this is transition. All my clothes get wet and it makes me look like a soap bin. So like a soap bin. This is simile. I've compared myself to soap bin. So this is a simile. Last but not the least, again this is a transition. During rainy season, I get flu and fall sick. That is why I hate rainy season the most. So if you compare the first draft and this final edited one, I'm sure you will see this one is much more better than the first one. So I hope you have just understood the importance of following the writing process. Okay, so please go through the video once again, and I've also uploaded the PPTs here. You can also refer to these slides and try to do one writing by following all the writing processes. So I wish you all the good luck. Thank you.